Hi guys, welcome to today's episode. We are doing Curate This Book, the first one. I hope you get into it, so let's get into the prompts. The first prompt we are doing is not this one, it is create garbage. So for this one, I just wasn't really sure what to do. It's draw or photograph, alright, and attaching bunch of items that you regularly throw in the garbage. So I downloaded a picture of a JPEG bin and I've traced part of it. And then what I'll do after, once I've traced it, is stick some sweet wrappers that regularly go in our bin, thanks to our son. So here I am, roughly outlining the bin. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because it's going to be covered anyway. I didn't end up using that bit, but that bit was just for reference. So then I stuck the other side of a fruit tallow wrapper, which is kind of like Starburst, on the rim of the bin, and glued it down with Mod Podge. Then I cut the wrappers into strips, and I chose the orange ones and the raspberry ones because I tried the other shiny wrappers and they just didn't want to stay down, so I gave up with that and decided to use those strips instead. So that's what I'm doing here, gluing it down with Mod Podge and a paintbrush. I'm sorry if you can hear stuff in the background. My son is still off school. His dad is currently trying to tidy up, and I took this time to run away upstairs and do this voiceover for the video. It's quite fiddly, but I managed to do it. The bits aren't perfect, but again, I thought that it wasn't entirely had to be perfect, because my Create This Book isn't about being perfect, it's about using my creativity to do the prompts. So once that was all done, I stuck some sellotape on it to make sure it's sealed, just because I felt like the Mod Podge that I put on top of it wasn't going to hold it. And cut it out and placed it into the book. Then I decided to draw some sweets next to it, some with the compass, just because my circles are not that great. I drew one big circle for the lollipop with a little bit inside so I could do some swirls. I was going to try and attempt the circles again, but thought better of it, even though they didn't turn out perfect. Still wanted to be able to recognise what they were. Then I pulled out some of my gel pens that were similar colours to the sweet wrapper and coloured them in. Tried to mix up the colours a little bit, but once I put the outline on, they kind of disappeared a little bit as to what they were. Like, right, that one wasn't green, but I just wanted to kind of use the colours that I had, similar to the wrapping, so the page looked cohesive. Now, part of this is how I rated how difficult the page was, and I rated it a 3 out of 10, which means it wasn't too difficult. My scale is 1 being the easiest, 10 being the hardest, and it wasn't that bad. I just threw myself into it and thought, give it a try, see how it was, see how I'd do it, and then I quite enjoyed it, actually, using my creativity to just do this page. And yeah, if it wasn't on YouTube, I probably wouldn't have done too much effort with it. But I'm glad that having a YouTube channel pushes me to do my Create This Book And that's what my YouTube channel is about, really, is using a platform where I am uploading my art and I have a reason to do it. It's not just going to sit around and nobody's going to see it. So then I decided to colour in the bin with the little Mariah's bin that she did next to it in the colours that I had used, and the purple that I had used, and the lollipop to colour in the lid, because the pink I was going to use wasn't working. And I don't know if you've ever used gel pens, but they are a pain to use sometimes. Here I am just outlining it with a Crawford and Black outline, and my outline wasn't great because I have shaky hands, but hey, I did it. And then I decided to use a ruler and kind of do like a diagonal pattern with pencils, and I used my ruler to try and keep it as straight as possible. And then the pencils, decided that you probably would get bored watching it, and that's what this page looks like done. I've also sealed it in with some tape and marked it in the corner and signed it. The next page was create a pet. Make this page into a pet. Don't forget to give it a name. Now I really struggled with this idea, so I drew what I'm good at, or what I think I'm good at. But first I got some paper to put in the book and cut it in half, and drew a little bear. It doesn't look too bad. Again, this book is about me practicing and improving my skills, so if it's not perfect, I'm happy with that. It's hopefully shows you don't have to be an artist to do it. I don't really class myself as an artist, even though I'd like to be. I don't really class myself as an artist. I'm not that good yet. And then outlined the bear. And did the full cross to try and do the face as best I could. Rubbed out all my outlines and decided to colour it in with my alcohol markers. And then the alcohol markers kind of bled through on this page. It kind of doesn't look what I planned. At first I used this colour, it said it was brown on the thing, but I realised it looked a little bit too orange, so what I decided to do was just use it as the first layer and layer it on top with a darker brown. At first I was just going to do the shadows, but realised it looked a bit weird, so coloured it all in. Now, when I was looking for a name for this one, trying to get some inspiration, I was watching a YouTube video and I saw someone's name Sadie come up. So I decided to name this one Sadie. I decided to try and lighten it a little bit, give it some highlights. But yes, I decided to name it Sadie just because I saw the name was Sadie on the thing, on a YouTube video I was watching. If you guys wish me to rename it, please leave a comment in the box. So on the other bit of paper I decided to do a little like, what is this pet called? So I grabbed my pink alcohol marker, coloured all of that in. I wrote in a gold marker, "Hi, my name is Sadie. I am a talking bear. I like to play in the park. My favourite colour is purple. My favourite food is grapes." But I realised when I put favourite I spelt it wrong, so I was like, it was a little bit too late to change it because I didn't have any other paper, so I crossed out and just put fave as in my favourite thing. And then I had to think a little bit. My favourite food is grapes and a heart and a kiss, and we glued this in. The next page was polka dots, so I attempted to draw circles with my compass. but that didn't work, so I used a rubber that you see beside there. And draw loads and loads and loads of circles. And then I got picked out 4 colours, so I decided to do the background in gold. And I picked out a yellow, a blue and a green. And I picked another yellow because it didn't look right. And the other one I just used all the colours to make a polka dot pattern. So that is what it looks like finished. And I realise now looking at it that I didn't mark it out of 10, but it was definitely a 1 out of 10. I enjoyed it. So we created garbage today. We created a pet, which I found a 4 out of 10 just because of my spelling mistake and finding it hard to draw. And a page of polka dots, which I give it a 1 out of 10 because I found it quite easy and even relaxing. So I hope you guys liked it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you again next week.